Greetings and salutations, my fellow gamers. My name is AFarCryAway, and today we're talking XCOM 2. So, I'm pretty new to the XCOM series in general, and I would just like you guys to know that I am very much enjoying the game. If you get the opportunity to play it. It is a good time, and it's a really interesting, take on a strategy game. You're playing as a resistance movement, so you actually have to employ some guerrilla tactics, do some hit and runs, and the game is very high stakes, especially on the veteran difficulty, which I'm playing it on right now. Your guys are very squishy compared to the aliens you were fighting, so a lot of people are probably going to die, and it's going to be very depressing, and the game is very difficult. If I have not said that 1,000 times, if I don't say that 1,000 times in this video, it will be said 1,000 times. Trust me, the game is difficult, it's unforgiving, it's the Dark Souls of strategy games. Okay, maybe not that bad, but it's pretty difficult. So these turn timers are timers of moves in your mission, in which you have, let's say 8 turns, 8 moves to complete your objectives and exfiltrate the hot zone. So you have to go through the level with your 8 turns and kill everything and then leave. Sounds simple enough. However, a lot of the community is very up in arms about this mechanic because half the community loves that it adds a lot of tension to the game. You can't just sit around and Overwatch and play really slow. It forces you to know that you're in hostile territory, and the second you need to get your objective, you need to get the fuck out. And it presents a lot of moments in your game and in your campaign where you're losing people left and right, and you're picking up their dead bodies and just trying to run to the exfiltration zone and repel out of there, because if you don't, you're fucked. And the mission can just go south in a second, and you'll lose a lot of really good soldiers, and this adds tension. This is tension that is what makes XCOM XCOM. If it weren't for this tension, the game feels very just stagnant. However, there's a lot of people out there who think the turn timer is bullshit, and they want to play the game strategically. Let's say, for example, you hop into your mission and you're under stealth, right? You're not detected, and you get all the advantages of not being detected, such as running around, being able to set up really nice ambushes, being able to even get to your objectives and take care of the objectives without the enemies even being aware of your position. There's a lot of upsides to it. Now, people really love that mechanic that they've added in the concealment. So it's like the timer forces people to play like idiots. It forces people to run up the center instead of go around because for the sake of time. And what makes it even worse is that since all of the missions in the game are basically randomly generated with random buildings and enemy positions and such, it presents a lot of issues for players who just want to play the game in a smart way. And I won't lie, I felt like that too. There's mods out that disable the turn timer as well as just add extra turns to the timer. And I would actually recommend getting the mod that adds turns to the timer. Now, will you still fail missions because the turn timer? Yes. However, you get 4 extra turns, and this helps tremendously with, giving yourself an opportunity to stealth and get a good position set up first before going and trying to hit the objective. So, for example, it gives me an extra 4 turns to get my people behind enemy lines in a nice line, and we can set up and then put ourselves in Overwatch and attack them. Therefore, we basically put them on the disadvantage at the beginning of the game, and we won't be suffering the moves because of that. Now, it's still getting me killed a lot, like the turn timer. However, that's, like I said, part of the game. It's part of the tension. Now, there is a debate about how many moves certain actions should take. Like, people aren't really happy that the hacking takes a move. And I kind of agree, and I kind of disagree. Like, it's an action, so yes, it should take an action point. However, if you're not in concealment, it just feels kind of bad, because it's like you could shoot and survive, or try to do something like hack a turret, which might keep other people alive. But, I don't know. This is a really interesting discussion. There's no right or wrong answer. It's really just based on preference, and I do hope that, in time, maybe people iron out these mods and maybe figure out the ideal turn timer to where it's not too difficult, but it's not too easy. I think a lot of the problem stagnates from the people who are playing the harder difficulties. If you're playing on like the easy mode, which is regular, I believe, then you're not going to have much of an issue with those timers. It's going to add that tension. It's going to make the game a lot more fun. However, people on Veteran and higher, and especially people on Iron Man difficulty, it seems like they're not very happy about it, just to sum things up. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. As always, if you enjoyed the content, leave it a like, and subscribe for even more XCOM 2. So, till next time, peace out.